What's up, everybody, and welcome to 2024. I hope you guys had a great holiday, good Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that good stuff. Now, to start off the new year, what better way to start than the RPGs coming out this month, right? So January RPGs of 2024, what are we getting to start with? Now, just as a note to remember, February, March, even April are some heavy hitters this year for RPG fans. January, not as much. There's a few good ones out there. There's some really cool, smaller stuff, but none of the big hitters. So if you've finished up or you got your backlog or whatever, focus on that, pick these up later. But there are still a few. So if you're looking for something good, here's some that are coming out in January. First game is Momodora Moonlit Farewell. This is a PC-only game that's coming out on January 11th. Now, this is an action-adventure 2D platformer RPG. It's part of a long-running series, and the developer is promising that this is the end to this saga. I haven't played these games, so I don't really know what that means, if that's like the end of the series as a whole, or if there's just like one path of it. I'm not really sure. If you know, make sure to let me know in the comments. But this has a really interesting art style, and this game though, is really all about the combat. It's fast and frenetic with powerful, explosive abilities. The story, it's pretty light here, so I wouldn't worry too much about catching up on the older stuff. Even the head of development says the same thing, that you don't have too much you're missing, so just hop in. If this like pixelated damage queen looks up your alley, then this is the game for you. Coming up next is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This is another action-adventure platformer RPG thing set to release January 18th on all platforms. Man, I'll tell you, this is one that I definitely have my eye on. I think this one looks really good. The animations look sick, all of that. I'd be careful though, if you're looking to pick this up on PC, as it looks like it might be an Epic exclusive. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but when I look at the stores, you cannot find it on Steam, but it is on Epic. So if that matters to you, there might be something to pay attention to. I know a lot of you kind of complain about Epic Games, the launcher, but look, they give away free games. They're giving one away every day right now, and the rest of the year, it's one or two a week. I mean, it's not that big. Is it as good as Steam? Of course not. It just doesn't have all the features, right? We all know that. But it's fine. And if nothing else, you get the free games on there, and if there's games exclusive, you can get it there. So, you know, it's worth a shot. Now, wherever you might consider buying this game, The Lost Crown looks incredible. I am actually really excited for this one. I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up at launch, but I really want to play this one. I think it looks amazing. It's 2.5D animation and action, all of that stuff just looks right up my alley. I love it. The enemy designs look spectacular, and that combat just looks visceral and really cool. We'll have to see, but I have some high hopes for this one. Now, it comes out on the 18th, but you can buy the deluxe edition or whatever and get it like 3 days early. Ubisoft tends to do that with all their games, so if that matters to you, go for that. It's like $10 more. It's a little bit of a budget game too. I believe this one's coming out at $50, so keep that on your radar, or at least wishlist it if you aren't going to buy it right away. All right. All right, next up is Sovereign Syndicate. Now, this is a CRPG by my understanding is a first-time developer in Crimson Herring Studios. This is listed as a Victorian steampunk RPG with tarot cards instead of dice. That's what they say right on their Steam page. You have 3 characters that you can develop and customize through skills and narrative choices. This has a really unique style to it. There's a strong theme that it's sticking to, and plus, you know, the truth is, there's a free demo on Steam. So if this catches your eye at all, I definitely recommend checking it out. I like the idea of this one. As a first time into a CRPG, you know, I'm not sure. I'll be curious how they make it. They are offering up a lot as far as what they think that they're going to be able to do here. So we'll have to kind of see how much they can deliver, right? But I still think it has a good art style. If the writing is good, then there's a real chance for this one. So make sure to wishlist it if it looks good to you, and yeah, check out the demo. All right. Alright, coming up next is Enshrouded. This is probably the best looking new survival RPG since Valheim, and it comes into early access on the 24th of January. This can be done solo, but it's meant to play with more people, up to 16 in fact. This is from Keen Games, who is not new. They're known for Portal Knights, if you played that before, and that's got a high rating. It's like 83% positive on Steam, so that bodes well, right? This is early access, so it's not a full release yet. So this is more like if you're interested in jumping in and helping the developers know where bugs are and finding issues and getting to play early for a little bit of a cheaper price. That is a real plus. So some people love that, some people really don't. And so if this looks like your style and you're interested in that, then I definitely recommend giving it a go. Again, as I'm saying with all these videos, don't forget, if you're interested but maybe you want to wait, to wishlist it. That helps developers out a lot. That's on my wish list, and it's definitely one to keep track of. This is a PC only, at least for early access. I think they're saying it's going to come out on other platforms, but that won't be until its 1.0 release, if it happens at all. So enjoy that one. Alright, coming up next is Unforetold Witchstone. This is another early access title. It's another CRPG. So interesting that the last two games kind of put together in this one. Now this one, they are really promising a lot, okay? They're saying you can recruit anybody. You're not limited. You can recruit anyone you can find as long as they agree with your choices and the way you're playing. They're promising a full non-linear story along with deep character customization, and that grouping sounds like a bit of a tall order to me. It doesn't mean they can't do it, but it just has me a little bit skeptical, you know? So this could be good. The art looks good. I like the way they're putting it together and the way it looks. The developer Spearhead Games, they're not new. They've been around. They have games like Omen Sight and Stories, The Path of Destinies. Those are both under their belt and both have really high ratings on Steam, both over 80% positive ratings, but they're both smaller titles too. And this much promise of on a CRPG, that's a bit bigger of an ask, right? So hopefully they nail it. But either way, this is again an early access title, so that might be a good route for them to get those out there, get those questions out there, and get that feedback to try and make it the best they can. So if this looks good to you, again, the early access is released on the 25th of January, so keep an eye out for that. And last on the list for this video is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Now, this is from the Yakuza series. It's now kind of recoined its name to Like a Dragon, and if you enjoyed this series at all, you don't need me to say nothing. You've already probably played the, 600 other games or whatever they have and really enjoy them and already knew you were going to buy this one. If not, you may be seeing this, there are so many games. RGG Studios has developed this long-running, in-depth series. You've got Yakuza 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then, is 7 Like a Dragon or 6 Like a Dragon? I think it's 7, right? Or maybe it's Yakuza 7 and then Like a Dragon? I don't know. I have not played these games, okay? I'm sorry, I know it's a failure, but it's just this huge series that demands a massive amount of time, and I'm just not there yet, okay? So maybe one day, but this Infinite Wealth has both of the new protagonist and the original. There's a whole island that's basically like their own RGG Studio cozy games set up. There's, the amount of depth in this game sounds insane. It's like they took all their old assets and then brought in all these new gameplays. They took their ideas for mini games and put a ton of them all in one spot. It just looks kind of crazy. There's a whole Sims element where you can create your house and all that stuff and build it all up. There's fishing and, ridiculous. So much stuff. It's also probably promises that same like emotional soap opera over-the-top story like the games do. They're known for that. And so if you enjoy these games, again, I'm sure you don't need me. But if you're new, I don't know if this is a good standing point or a good hop-in point, but because it's so different, I feel like it's probably safe to just jump in and play, and then if you love it, go back and play the others. But either way, make sure you put it on your wish list if you are at all interested. I am sure this is going to be keeping players busy for hundreds of hours, and we're going to be hearing non-stop from the stands of the Yakuza series. Well, there you go. There are some RPGs for January, the couple of small ones and a big one there at the end. There is a ton of RPGs coming this year. So watch out, plan them out, right? You probably don't have the time and money to get them all on time. So plan out your purchases, think about what you're going to play this year, maybe take some time and get kind of your number 1, number 2, whatever. Get your order set up so you know what you're getting. I am having a hard time. I've been pitting them against each other for weeks and struggling to figure out what my priority list is, but we got to have it. It's an important part of the process. There's too much and it's so good. We are eating well this year. I've been hearing people talk about having a light year. They're crazy. There's so many good games. They just happen to mostly be RPGs to start. Not to mention all the rest that will be announced as we get going here in the year. So let's enjoy this together. Comment down below if there's any of these games you're picking up and what you're excited for. Also, make sure you hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, and I thank you for that. Also, subscribe if you're new, and thank you for watching. And as always, good hunting.